Now let's discuss the measures of variation and then the five common measures of variation. Okay, so here let's first define measures of variation. When we say the measures of variation, it will enable you to know how varied the observation are, whether there are extreme values in the distribution or whether the values are very close to each other. Okay, if the measures of variation is zero, it means that there is no variation at all, and that the observation are all alike or homogeneous. Otherwise, they are hetero. Okay, heterogeneous. Okay, so now we have four measures of variation. So we will only discuss yung apat. Okay, number one is yung range. Number two, the mean absolute deviation or yung MAD na tinatawag natin. Number three, variance. And then number four, yung ating standard deviation. Okay, now let's move to the first one, which is yung range. When we say range, um, the range is the simplest form of measuring the variance or variation of a distribution. Bakit? In finding the range, simply our formula is R is equal to H minus L. Meaning to say, to get the value of range, isusubtract lang natin yung highest value to its lowest value. So, kukunin lang natin yung difference nila. For example, in our given here, I have 4, 6, 6, 7, 10, 11, and 12. Now, let's first identify the highest value, which is equal to 12. And then the lowest value in our data set is equal to 4. Now, if we will get this difference, range is equal to 8. And this one will be your final answer. Kaya binigay siya dyan, define siya as the simplest form in getting the variation and the distribution. Kasi ayan lang yung formula niya. Okay, now let's move to the mean absolute deviation. Okay, so we will only discuss the ungrouped data. Okay, sa lahat ng tinapik natin or diniscuss natin, ang gagamitan lang natin ng formula or ang isosolve lang natin class is the ungrouped data. Alam naman natin na when we say ungrouped data, the data is less than 30 tayo. Okay, so when we say MAD or mean absolute deviation of a set of data, it is the average distance between each data value and the mean. And the formula for ungrouped data is MAD. MAD is equal to the absolute value of x minus mean over n tayo. Okay, wherein yung mean natin, ang formula natin to get the value of mean is equal to summation of x over the total number of data or yung n natin. Okay, let's use this given in order for us to find the value of mean absolute deviation. When we say absolute, dagdag lang ni ma'am, kapag nakuha natin yung negative na answer, kailangan gagawin natin siyang positive kasi may absolute value symbol tayo. Okay, we have three steps okay, on how to perform the mean absolute deviation. Step number one, we need to find the mean. Ito yun, itong mean na ito. Yan, ito yung step number one natin. After getting the value of mean, pupunta ka na dito sa numerator mo. Number two, ano yung numerator natin? We need to get the difference, okay, between the data, which is x, okay, minus yung mean natin. Okay, so ito na yung step number 2. And then step number 3, we need to get the average. Meaning to say, yung sagot mo sa number 2, which is the absolute value of x minus mean, i-divide na natin sa n. For us to perform ay yung given formula natin. Okay, so here, let's give an example. Okay, from here, we have a given data. Disregard nyo na lang yung nasa number line. Okay, we have a given data here of 48, 52, 54, 55, um, 58, 59, 60, 62. Okay, so this one class, ito yung given data natin. Paki-disregard na lang yung nakita nyo kanina sa PowerPoint kasi yun ay naka-number line. Now, sabi natin sa step number 1, for us to perform the formula in getting the mean absolute deviation, which is x minus mean over n, kailangan makuha muna natin yung value ng mean natin, which is the step number 1. Mean is equal to summation of x over n tayo. Pag sinabing summation of x, lahat ng data natin kailangan natin i-add. If we're going to add all the data, add natin dito, we have 48 plus, plus 52 plus 54 added to 55 plus 58 plus 59 plus 60 and then plus 62. Okay, if we will get the result, we will have 448. Okay, we have 448 divided by, ilan ba yung total data natin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, divided by 8 yan. Now, kapag i-divide na natin using our scientific calculator, press lang natin divide 8. So, that will become 56. Meaning to say, our mean is equal to 56. Now, since may step number 2 ka na, let's move to step number, we're done with step number 1, let's proceed to step number 2. Okay, in step number 2, to get the mean absolute deviation, we need to perform the numerator. Ano ba yung nasa numerator natin? X minus mean tayo, meaning to say, absolute value, kahit negative, gawin nating positive. Okay, so isa-isahin natin. 48 subtracted to 56, which is the mean, okay, 56, we will get negative 8. But since absolute value yan, gawin nating positive 8. Okay, plus, next naman natin, here we have 52 minus 56. We will get negative 4, absolute value, then gawin nating positive 4. Plus, next one, we have 54 minus 56. Then we will have negative 2. So that will become positive 2 na. Okay, plus 55 minus 56. So here we have negative 1, magiging positive 1 na siya. Okay, plus, I think kahit hindi na ako gumamit ng calcu dito, okay, 58 minus 56, which is the mean. So, meron tayong positive 2 dyan. Okay, while 59 minus 56 will have positive 3, plus 60 minus 56, positive 4. Okay, last one, 62 minus 56, we have positive 6. Okay, so i-add muna natin yung total value para doon na tayo sa step number 3. MAD or MAD is equal to, check natin kung ilan ito kapag in-add natin lahat. So here I have 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 added by 3 added by 4 added by 6. Okay, the answer will be 30. Okay, 30, then kunin na raw natin yung average, divide natin kung ilan yung total data natin, which is equal to 8. Now, if we're going to solve this one, the value of mean absolute deviation is equal to, divided by 8, that is equal to 15.4. If you want to change that one into decimal, kindly click SD. Okay, para ma-change natin. So, we have 3.75. Okay, and this one, class, will be the final answer. Ayun na agad yung mean absolute deviation natin. Okay, pwede rin itong pa-table, class. Pwede rin naman siyang pa-table or pwede rin siyang pa-ganito. Okay lang. Okay, kapag gusto natin gawing pa-table, okay lang din naman. Okay, so from here, magbigay pa tayo ng another example based on our given here. So, ito, roller coaster. The table shows the maximum speed of 8 roller coaster at an amusement park. Find the mean absolute deviation of the set of data. Describe what the mean absolute deviation represents. Okay, so from here, meron tayong given data which is 58. 88, 40, 60, 72, 66, 80, and then 48. Okay, pwede natin gawing pa-table yan. Ito yung given data natin, which is yung X natin. So here we have 58, 88, 40, 60, 72, meron tayong 66, 80, and then last one is 48. Now, to get the total number of data or yung n natin, simply add lang natin tapos bilangin natin kung ilan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Meaning to say our n is equal to 8. Okay, alam naman natin yung step number 1. In step number 1 class, kailangan kunin muna natin yung mean. Okay, yun yung unang-unang kailangan natin gawin para ma-perform natin yung absolute value of x minus mean natin. Okay, ito yung kailangan nating hanapin. Now, to get the value of mean, the formula, okay, for ungrouped data is mean is equal to summation of x divided by n. Okay, so i-add na natin lahat ng value ng data natin. So, let's add. We have 58 plus 88 plus 40 plus 60. Okay, wait. Mali ito. Okay, delete lang natin ka. Ulit-ulit. 58 plus 88 plus 40 plus 60 tayo plus 72 plus 66 plus 80 plus 48, okay, is equal to 512. Now, we need to divide it kung ilan yung total data natin, which is equal to 8. Now, our mean is equal to 64. Okay, kapag may 64 ka na, then ilagay na natin dito. Okay, so our mean is equal to 64. Ito class yung gagamitin natin para makuha natin yung second column. Okay, so our second column is x minus mean tayo, which is 64 yung mean natin. Okay, in our first row, we have 58 minus 64. So that is equal to negative 6. So positive 6 tayo. Okay, next, 88 minus 64. We have 24 naman. Okay, next one. 40 minus 64, we will have negative 24, gawin natin positive 20. Next, is it the same doon sa 88? 88 minus 64. Okay, 24 din. Okay, so dito na tayo, 60 minus 64, we have negative 4, gawin natin positive 4. Okay, and then fifth row, 72 minus 64. We have 8. 66 minus 64, may 2 tayo. Okay, 80 minus 64, meron tayong 16. Okay, last one, meron tayong 48 minus 64, we'll have negative 16, gawin natin positive 16. Since absolute value yan. Okay, now, kailangan nating kunin yung summation, yung kanilang total value. Summation of absolute value x minus mean tayo. Okay, if we're going to add from the start of the given data hanggang sa dulo, add natin plus 24 plus 24 plus 4 plus 8 plus 2 plus 16 plus 16. The answer is 100. Okay, itong 100 na ito, ayan, to get the mean absolute deviation, that will become x minus mean over n tayo. Wherein ito na yon, x minus mean natin, i-add lang natin siya. Okay, so that will become 100 divided by your n, which is equal to 8. Now, the mean absolute deviation is equal to, okay, divided by 8 tayo. Okay, that will become, SD lang natin, 12.5. Okay, 12.5 class will be your final answer for the mean absolute deviation. Okay, ganun lang class na ang given formula natin. Ganun lang din ang paggamit. Okay, nauulitin ko, you can use by table. Pwede rin namang hindi by table. Ito yung example natin kanina kung ayaw yung by table. Okay, pero usually, ang ginagamit talaga ay table para mas madaling makita yung data at syempre, mas maayos, organize siya. Okay, so that is equal to 12.5 kung nakikita niyo dito. Okay, now let's move to the third measures of variation, which is the variance. Okay, when we say variance class, variance measures the dispersion of the set of data points around the mean. Okay, in variance is another measures of variation which can be used instead of range. Okay, ito yung pangalawa dun sa simplest form ng pagkuha ng measures of variation. Okay, so the variance consider the deviation of each observation from the mean. Okay, so ito na yung formula binigay na dito. To obtain the variance of distribution, first, we need to square the deviation from the mean of each row and then add them together. So, kunin lang natin yung summation. Okay, then after that, divide the resulting sum by n or the total number of cases. Para mas madaling maintindihan, we can use this formula. Okay, pero uulitin ko class ha. In your midterm exam, ang topic lang na included, lahat ng ungrouped data. Okay, so sa ungrouped data lang kayo magpo-focus. Meaning to say, yung data na given doon ay laging less than 30 sila. Kaya ungrouped data formula lang yung gagamitin natin. Okay, for the ungrouped data, meron tayong dalawa. Okay, pwedeng ipakuha sa inyo is the population variance. Pwede rin namang ipakuha yung sample variance. Anong pinagkaiba nila? The numerator is the same, while the denominator kay sample, variance, n minus 1. Kay population, n na lang ito. Okay, but the numerator is the same. Ang pinagkaiba lang nila ay symbol. For population, we use alpha squared tayo is equal to the summation of x minus mu or yung mean pa rin ito squared over n tayo. While, ito yung sa population ha. Pero kapag ang pinakuha, okay, ito naman yung kadalasang pinapakuha talaga. Sample variance. Okay, for sample variance, we have s squared is equal to the summation of x minus mean, then e squared pa natin yan, all over n minus 1. Okay, we can use this formula, pero pwede naman nating unti-untiin. Okay, yung table natin hanggang maka-arrive tayo dito sa ganitong formula natin. Okay, so magbigay na tayo ng example. So from here, class, we have the ungrouped data, okay, given, which is 34. Meron tayong 34, 35, 45, 56, 32, 25, and then 40. Okay, so from our data, kunin daw natin yung kanyang variance. Pwede na nga rin natin kunin dito yung mean absolute deviation natin. Okay, pwede ko na rin kunin yung range dito. Kung gugustuhin natin, pwede na nating makuha lahat yung apat na measures of variation natin. Okay, so sabi ko kanina sa inyo, pwede nating iayos yung data natin in a table. Okay, pwede naman. So, ito yung value ng x natin. We have 34, 35, meron tayong 45, 56, 32, meron din tayong 25, and then last one is yung 40 natin. Okay, so now, based dun sa ating formula, ang kailangan natin ay x minus mean. Okay, so x minus mean, whether yung sa dalawang yan. Okay, whether population or sample, okay, ang kailangan natin ay x minus mean tayo. Okay, now to get this one, kailangan yung step number 1 natin is to find mean. Okay, paano ba yung formula natin in getting the value of mean? So we have mean is equal to summation of x all over n tayo. Okay, therefore, bago natin makompleto tong column na to, kailangan kunin muna natin yung mean. Okay, so add muna natin using our scientific calculator. So we have here 34 plus 35 plus 45 plus 56 plus 32 plus 25 plus 40 tayo. Okay, kapag itutotal natin, we will get 267. Okay, 267 divided by, ilan ba yung total data natin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so therefore, our n is equal to 7. Okay, so divide natin by 7. Check natin kung anong magiging value ng mean natin. Okay, mean now is equal to, decimal lang natin, 38.14 tayo. Round off na lang tayo into decimal places value. Okay, we have 38.14 for the value of mean. Okay, so pwedeng-pwede na nga natin kunin dito rin yung range natin. Okay, for example, you are asked to find number 2, yung range natin. Kunin na natin lahat para masabay-sabay nyo na. Yung range, we have the highest value subtracted by the lowest value. Okay, if we will observe the given data, highest is 56 minus yung lowest natin is 25. Okay, therefore the range is equal to, okay, subtract natin, 56 minus 25, range is equal to 31. Okay, and ito na yung given value natin. Okay, so mamaya kunin na rin natin yung mean absolute deviation. Okay, sige, dito muna tayo. So from here, solve na natin yung given data natin. So let us solve the given data. Start tayo sa row number 1. Okay, so meron tayong 38.14. 34 minus 38.14 tayo. Okay, we have negative 4.14 since naka-absolute value tayo, that will become 4.14 na lang. Okay, next, 35 minus 38.14. So that will become 3.14. Okay, we have 3.14. Next one. Natandaan nyo ha, gawin nating laging positive. 45 minus 38.14, we will get 6.86 tayo. Okay, next one. 56 minus 38.14. Okay, so we will get here 17.86 naman tayo. Okay, next one. Meron tayong 32 subtracted to 38.14. Meron tayong 6.14. Okay, last two na tayo. So from here, we have 25 minus 38.14. So we get 13.14 tayo. Okay, and then last one, meron tayong 40 minus 38.14, we get 1.86. Okay, now ang kailangan kasi natin in variance, yung summation ng naka-squared. Eh, ito hindi pa naman to naka-squared, diba? Kailangan pa natin i-squared. Pero, kapag tinotal ko to at dinivide ko sa 8, makukuha ko na yung mean absolute deviation. Okay, kaya solve na rin natin yung ating mean absolute deviation. Okay, di ba ang formula natin doon ay x minus mean over n tayo. Okay, wherein kailangan natin kunin yung total nito. Okay, so kunin muna natin yung pinaka-total niya bago ko mag-proceed doon sa variance natin. Okay, 4.14 plus 3.14 plus 6.86 plus 17.86 plus 13.14 plus 1.86 tayo. Okay, equals, meron tayong 47. Okay, so 47 divided by 7, which is yung number of n natin. Now, the mean absolute deviation is equal to divided by 7. Okay, meron tayong 6.71 mean absolute deviation. Okay, and this one will be the final answer. Okay, pero di ba nga sa tanong na ito, ang kailangan natin ay yung sample variance natin. Hindi na yung population variance. Diretso tayo sa sample variance. Okay, so ngayon punta na tayo sa next na column natin, which is x minus mean squared natin, which is yung numerator. Okay, paano naging ganyan? Baka nagtataka kayo. In number 4 class, yung sample variance natin s squared, ang formula niya ay summation of x minus mean squared over n minus 1 tayo. Okay, kaya ito na yung pangatlong column na kailangan natin. Okay, para ma-solve natin yung kanyang variance using the formula natin. Okay, so isa-isahin natin. Ito class, ang gagawin lang natin ay ito, i-squared lang natin. Okay, from the start hanggang matapos. Okay, so let's squared. 4.14, ito yung squared plus. Squared is equal to 17.14 tayo. Okay, we have 17.14. Next one. 3.14 squared. We have 9.86, round off natin in 2 decimal places value. Okay, so next, we have 6.86 squared. So I'll get here 47.06. 47.06 tayo. Okay, next, meron tayong 17.86 squared. We have 318.98 na siya. Okay, 318.98 tayo. Okay, last 3. So, meron tayo ditong 6.14 squared. So, from here, we get 37.70 na. 0.70. Okay, next, here we have 13.14 squared. Okay, we have 172.66. Okay, and last one, we have 1.86 squared. So, the answer is 3.46 naman tayo. Okay, now, kailangan natin kunin yung summation niya or yung pinaka-total value from the start of the row hanggang doon sa pinakababa. Okay, so simply get the sum lang naman tayo. So, ano na natin, type na natin. 17.14 added to 9.86 plus 47.06 plus 318.98 plus 37.70 plus 172.66. Okay, plus 3.46 tayo. Okay, so that is equal to 606.86. Ito na yung pinaka-summation natin. Okay, 606.86 tayo. Now, ito na yung numerator natin, class. Kung napapansin nyo, itong sagot na to, ito yun yung sinolve natin in our numerator. So, that will become 606.86 divided by n minus 1. Yung n natin is 7 minus 1, so 6 na lang yan. Okay, now if we will divide this one into 6, we will get 101.14. Okay, and itong 101.14 class is the sample variance. Okay, and this one class will be your answer. Okay, now, kung itutuloy naman natin ito for our yung last measures of variation natin. Okay, so ituloy na natin dun sa last measures of variation. Lahat naman ng aking solution ay nandito sa PowerPoint, kung makikita. Okay, but disregard class the group data. We will not solve the group data. Okay, hindi na siya kasama sa exam nyo. Now, when we say standard deviation, it is denoted by symbol alpha, okay, for a population, and S for sample naman. So, sample yung gagamitin natin. Ito ay naka-squared. Kaya ang formula natin dito ay extract lang natin both sides by the square root para mawala na yung squared ng S natin. So, meaning to say, to get number 5, yung ating standard deviation, okay, we will simply square root extract. Extract natin ng square root yung magkaparehas na side ng ating equality. Now, makakancel na ito. Matitira na lang si S. Okay, so square root na natin. Square root of 101.14. Now, we will get 10.06. Okay, yung 10.06 na yan, ito na yung magiging value ng standard deviation mo. Lagi lang nating tatandaan na kapag variance ang pinag-uusapan, ang symbol natin ay naka-squared. But if it is standard deviation, wala nang squared yung S natin. Okay, pag pinapakuha ay sample, ang formula natin ay n-1 in the denominator. Okay, so ito lang class. Then you can also use calculator in your examination. But take note, you are not allowed to use mobile phone. Pwedeng any type of calculator, much better pag ganitong calcu. Yung scientific calculator talaga. Okay, so that's it class for measures of variation.